Hello, my name is Shadley, and welcome back for another episode of Anbennar and EU4 as Zurkanrek. In previous episode, we took out quite a chunk of the Federation, or what was less of it anyway. And I think the next war that we do have against them, which, when is that going to be? It's going to start, well, at the earliest 1738, so let's say 15 years from now, roughly speaking. We do have a bit of an overextension problem though, and I just realized that we've already got... right, Zurkanrek. Okay, yeah, so we got particularists, potentially up to 400 of them, that will be firing up soon. That is a bit concerning. Well, let's do as much rebel suppression over here as we can. In the meanwhile, got an army over here. If we can at least reduce some of the rebellions from, or make sure that they don't actually happen, then that's fine by me. We do need to at least have one army at the capital, which is why we've got the transports there and this army is moving up there. You are doing rebel suppression there already. Good. We do have an army over here that could be doing some rebel suppression. How much it's actually going to have an impact, though, I'm not entirely sure. But as soon as we start getting any of these cores done, I mean, admittedly, it's going to take at least a year before any of them are done. Right, I suppose we can take that. But yeah, next month we should be able to get the last core started. Oh boy. That's the first revolt. 69,000 men there. 75 over there, 69,000 over there. We could probably move this one in to help there. I mean, we are going to be dealing a lot of damage, no doubt. Especially with the artillery, but is that going to be enough? Actually, it seems like it is. That's 2 victories thus far, but now we need to sort of group up the troops and deal with the rest of these. I mean, technically speaking, we could probably get the Miltech and Diplotechs now. It would cost us a lot of points, but at the same time, getting the extra morale at least might not be all that bad idea. We've got the full innovativeness already. And then Diplo... I suppose we'll take that as well. Armies in the missions, too scared to engage the enemy. Well, I suppose there are quite large enemies in here. So I will cancel your mission for the time being. I'll group up these two. First of all, I might have to consolidate the regiments. There to make sure that at least some of the regiments are fully capable of fighting. I've got an army over here that could probably be helping as well. So, is there any... Right, that is a bit of a big army here. That seems like it's going to be a victory, though. Yeah, there we go. So that was supposed to be transported up north to make sure that our capital region is still safe. So there's a lot of troops there. Luckily, they are mostly on the fortifications, except that one. But we've got 60,000 men over here. Let's just go ahead and move in there. Separatist sentiment. Yes, I know. Let's move in. It should be a pretty easy victory. We're dealing a lot of damage in there. Although we also do take a bit of damage, but that will be dealt with by the fort, so we don't need to stay in DC to that. And then... There we go. That's 2 of the armies done. There's 1 more over there. I think we'll leave that army behind. And then send these 3 to clear out the siege there. So luckily we've got a pretty good concentration of troops in here. And we can deal... Oh, atmospheric engine. Ooh. Good. And also British sentiment. So the amount of unrest that we have is just bloody massive. But we'll leave 1 army over here. And these 2 will go... Probably down that way, actually. It's a nice central location where we can go whichever way we need to with the sort of rescue operation. And then we can switch our troop quality. Now, it's... let's see. So this would be a lot of fire. This would be a bit better shock. So this is a very balanced one, I suppose. It's all 3s and 4s. Whereas this one's 4s on morale, 2s on shock, and then 5 on offensive fire and 3 on defensive fire. I think I'm going to go with the more balanced one there. Now, luckily we've got a lot of money, right? So I'm just going to start doing some more counting houses. The amount of money that we'll be making after all of those have been built is going to be insane. I'm actually going to leave one of these armies around there, just so that we're not marching them on at the same time through the provinces, because otherwise they'll be just taking attrition. I'd rather avoid that. Now, we might be having another revolution of 200,000 men very shortly. Officers deserting? Okay, that's a bit bad. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of bad events happening. Oh, well, there's another one. Let's go ahead and group up the armies over here first. Is there an army there? No. They did bring an army down this way. I suppose we could actually just transport that over here, and then these two armies can clear out that one. Is there any other areas that we got rebellions, or is it just... No, it's just this area here. I think we'll be able to deal with them. Inflation? Oh no. There we go, there's one dealt with. We'll just wait for the rest of the army to arrive here. Go after that one. We've brought in the reinforcements here. Send these in to clear out the siege there. And then with the 90,000 or 100,000 men army over here, we should be able to clear out this siege fairly quickly. There we go. That was pretty quick. We'll leave one of these armies there. One can go there, another one can go south. And then that is going to be done soon. Oh, there's another revolt. Okay. So this one can go north. That will be dealt with already. So we can go after the small army first while we wait for the reinforcements. And we might need to get... Production efficiency advisor is actually not a bad one. The under-construction would be also pretty decent, but at the same time, under is going to be through the roof anyway. So even if we try to get an advisor for that, it's not going to have enough impact. So those two armies dealt with that. That is going to be de-sieged very shortly. Right, that's a lot more revolts. But these are not quite as bad. I think those we can deal with fairly... Oh. Right, okay. So these three armies will need to do a lot of cleaning up. I mean, I suppose we could send this one up north as well to give a bit of a hand. But yeah, let's just wait for these armies to arrive here. We can clear out this siege shortly. That was at least one enemy destroyed there. Is that one covered by any forts? I don't think it is. So we'll need to leave someone behind there for a while. Because that's a fairly weak army by now. So we'll send the rest of these up north. Start clearing out these armies one by one. I do not want them to take my capital. Right, so this army... Yeah, we're going after that already. This could probably be transported up north. So let's go ahead and bring in the transport fleet, which is right there. Down here and pick that one up. Because we definitely need a bit more troops in the north. But that needs to recuperate. That was... There we go, that was dealt with. I'm going to keep this one somewhere in the middle. So is there is going to be more separatist happenings shortly. There we go, we cleared out that one. I want to take you to the urban area, so we'll at least have the... Oh, Volkanzed. There's a lot of troops, but we've got the defensive position there. And we are going to go into the mountains there because we've got the defensive position there as well. So I think these two rebellions are not going to be too bad. Although, we don't have a leader, but they don't have a leader either. With the extra damage our artillery does, we are doing pretty good in there. Right, so our armies did deal with the rebellion here. It's moving somewhere, I'm not entirely sure where it's going. Got 40,000 men there. The transports... We are ready to pick up the army there. Let's just transport it down here to have it to within a reasonable distance. Oh, there's another revolution. And another revolution down here. Okay, so we don't actually have any armies to deal with all of that. I mean, you are going after that one already, but the bigger army is going to be a bit of a bigger problem. Although, I suppose if we send this one south, I'm just going to cancel your mission, send you down there first. The troops over here... Oh, that's... There we go, that's been dealt with. And that was dealt with. Good. We need a lot of manpower, to be fair. Right now, we're not doing all that strong. And more separatist sentiment. I mean, is the overextension at least... It will start going down very shortly. So I don't think we'll need to worry about too many more rebellions. A few more, maybe, but... Let's consolidate the regiments and go in there. We might lose that battle, though. I am going to send all these troops into this combat here, so that we can have all the artillery to deal with the enemy troops. Right, so that one's going to be dealt with soon. That will be dealt soon. Over here, we've got one army. I suppose we can send both of these armies down there already. I'm sure that they'll get there in time. We've got some troops. Oh, right, so we've cleared out that one. We are going to be attacking. There we go. That's a quick stack wipe there. That will be dealt by the fort, so we don't need to worry about that one too much. Let's go into the coastal province here. We will take the money in full right now, in case we need it. There we go. And then if we just go after the fortress over here. And also, I suppose we've got an army. We could probably send it over there. Let's just make sure that we get a general in here. So that will at least help with the siege. Or sieging, or the relieving the siege, rather. There we go. So that's at least a little bit. Merchants landed. Alright. Overextension, it's only 164% now. So that will start going down quickly. So that will be dealt with soon enough. We can leave one of these armies up north. The other two will start heading down south, I reckon. Or more to the central areas here. Do we still have any more sieges going on? I don't think we do, actually. I think we dealt with all of them. But now, well, I mean, there is still going to be a lot of unrest and all that. There we go. That's quite a few cores done. So, overextension is now only 78%. Disagreeing advisor. I'll take the points. Losing a bit of prestige is fine. We'll probably be able to get that soon enough anyway. Right, so now that we've got all of that, let's go ahead and get... Oh, actually, we can get... No, we can't build another furnace. Never mind. Is there any good manufactories? I mean, there might be some... Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good one. And some of these are actually pretty decent ones as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to go for the counting houses. The extra money that we can get this way is just insane. Of course, it does cost quite a bit to build all of that, but it's fine. So how much manpower do we need for... Ooh, we need 70,000 manpower still to reinforce everything. It's a bit on the expensive side, I do admit. There's a bit of a list of counting houses there. And still got 4 more calls being done, but at least the overextension is now a lot less what it used to be. There we go, so most of those are now done. I think that is actually all of them. Election, I'm actually gonna... I mean, re-electing would give us a bit more points, but at the same time, I'm actually going to elect someone else now. And I'm going to take the bureaucrat candidate, just to get the admin points back. We are already ahead of time, or even more ahead of time in Diplo and military. But admin, we need to get a lot more points. We might even put on the national focus on that for a little bit. There we go. I believe that is now all the... Yeah, overextension is 0 again. Good. I mean, it was still... quickly, but my goodness, was that some bloody months there. But now the unrest is... Well, I mean, there is still... Actually, no, there is no unrest anymore. All of these are just disappearing. Good. And we're losing some of the generals as well now. Well, that's not good. Is there any good manufacturers? I mean, I suppose they are still though... Oh, actually... If we were to go for the impressment officers, those are saltfish, naval supplies, and exotic wood. So those will be more effective in ship costs, ship building time minus 10% as well. I mean, that might not be a terrible place to do one. Another one over there. We don't really need the sailors all that badly. We've got 400,000 already. I need a lot more manpower than what we need sailors, to be fair. So we could probably get some more soldier households going, actually. That and some barracks, to be fair. But like, that should be pretty good. Okay, start it there. We don't have any loans now, so we paid those. Oh, almost 1,000 ducats income. Well, almost there. I mean, the more counting houses we get, oh, there we go. I mean, the trade and the production values are going up a lot. Especially since we do get a bit more trade power in here now. We got one of the centers of trade at least. So we've got a good 2/3 of the trade power in the node. And I suppose another thing that we should do... Oh, the bloody jackals. Right, so barracks was another thing that I was thinking about. Or the trading fields, rather. Ooh, that seems like a good one. That's not a bad one either. And that one. So that's at least a few more places with more manpower from. Now, we could probably save up a little bit of money and increase our force limit again. How close are we getting the... We do have a decent bit of splendor, actually, so we could get the improved artillery range. Our artillery would be pretty darn good, so if we have a full front line and full back line of artillery, we'll do massive damage on the enemy. Trial, we don't actually need to withdraw from the public life all that badly. We don't actually, well, yeah, we'll take a bit of points. It's not a lot, mind you, but it's still better than nothing. Corruption is a little bit on the higher end, but we'll probably survive. Adventurers defeat Thieves Guild. Ooh, good. That's a bit more money for us. So, soldier households, was there any good places for that still? I mean, that might not be a bad area. Some of these actually aren't all that great. That was not too bad. Built one there, and let's go ahead and build a few more training fields. Oh, wow, that's 4,000. Okay, that's pretty good. That's another 4,000. Almost 3,000. So yeah, that'll increase the max manpower that we're going to have drastically with all these things. Oh, the spinning jenny. There's more base production. Good. So how is our development? It's already... Oh, wow. 3,380. Now, to be fair, we did conquer quite a bit of points there. We'll make some concession to the trolls, but not too much. Oh, the discontent has expired. That's also a good thing. Let's have a look at the counting houses again. So is there any other... Well, I mean, there are still some that are actually pretty good. Not quite as good as some of the other areas that we've... Or other places that we've built them in, but... The production income jumped from about 400 ducats to 520 by building all those counting houses. And then, of course, the trade income also increased because of total production. So the amount of trade... Or the trade goods is increasing pretty well as well. So we are not number one crate power yet. We're still about 300 behind the command, but we're not... Like, it's not really that bad. It's 10% behind them, basically. And then we got a new neighbor over here, which is guaranteed by Jiangdu. But that's actually pretty small. I don't know where exactly Jiangdu is. But we could conquer that, and then Dangun is currently at war. They don't... Well, they got a decent army, I suppose. It's nothing too bad. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do some more fighting then. Bring in second army over here. Actually, we'll... No, we don't want to have the second army there, actually. They will be fine. Somewhere there, anyway. I will do some quick wars, although I do want to get the admin tech first before we conquer all of that. Actually, are you... Right, you might not be able to... Go there. Be a little bit behind, but you know, it's a province that can actually support the army, so that'll be a little bit more useful for us. We could get another claim on the provinces here. We do want to have it. Actually, no, we can't get a claim there, can we? No, we need a bit higher. Oh, we get more corruption. Lovely. How's the development over here? It's already 9. Okay, so we could probably put in an extra development there and then just recall the settler. And then figure out some other location where we might want to... I mean, that one's a bit on the lower end. We'll send a... Oh, not a diplomat. Colonist there. Oh, you're currently taking attrition there. I don't know how long you were taking attrition. So the max manpower is already 283,000 from the 271 or something like that it was before. So it has already gone up, but of course it's not all the way up yet. There's still a lot to increase. Evil research is wrong. No, it's not. Right, so how much... we're not that far off from the tech over here. I mean, we are 4 years ahead of time still. So someone of our neighbors already has gotten the admin tech. And what we probably do want to do is we'll go for the offensive ideas, I think. Getting the better shock and reduce the recruitment time and all that. And especially the extra discipline is going to be very useful. Now, our discipline right now is 112.5%. So we can get that to 117.5%. 120 and half if we get the correct advisor. Oh, right, we got the local land force limit modifier from the advisor right now. Okay, that actually does remind me, though, the advisor, is we could upgrade some of these to level 5, or level 4 at least, to get more points. Maid of Renown. Yeah, they're from here. I'll just take the prestige. Where are we taking attrition? Ah, down here. Okay. It's probably just because of winter. I think what we're going to do is we are going to increase the production over here a little bit, maybe the manpower as well. Get to level 10, and it's going to be at least slightly less attrition, or over the supply limit. But anyway, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick war over here. They are guaranteed, but it's nothing too bad. It should be a pretty quick war to fight. There we go, that's the stack wipe. And we start with so many artillery that we can pretty much siege it down. I mean, it's level 1 for it anyway, so we get a lot of points just from that. And luckily, since it is level 1 fort, we can just march through that if need be. And stack wipe the enemy. There we go, so we've gotten at least a little bit of these things, so they would not take the peace deal yet. Oh, and they've... Do they have any more money? Well, we can get 25 crowns out of them, I suppose. So who are we fighting? Oh, Jiangdu is over there. Oh, they're being seized down by Dahui right now. That's not particularly threatening. There we go. Would they take the peace deal now? No, not yet. Well, I've got time. I can send probably some of these troops back. Maybe I'll send this one already along the coast there, to be ready to fight against Dangan in the not too distant future. Oh, now they would be... Oh, because the ally that they had is now destroyed. Because they suddenly just disappeared from the war there. Right, that's only 30 admin points, that's not too bad. We are still ahead of time in admin, so even if getting the idea group is delayed a little bit, we'll probably be fine. Let's start doing a bit of rebel suppression down here, though. There is a lot of rebellions that we've dealt with in the recent times, but we might want to make sure that we don't spawn any more rebellions in the back lines here. And then this one, is that? No, that's the galleys. Got an army over here. Is this... Well, there's not really that much unrest in here. Stop that mission. I suppose what I could do is just send it down south again. That one's got at least the support there. So Dahui, how strong are you? You've got a lot of allies, and you've got a pretty decent amount of troops. So I don't think we can actually fight you, especially since one of our allies, which is admittedly fairly strong ally at that, is going to be joining against me if I do that. Now it looks like Grombar is being conquered once again, this time by the Sun Elves, and it's not really going all that well for the orcs there. Right, so one thing that I'd never did... Oh, actually, let's have a look at the fort over there. So that is... We don't usually need a fort over there, do we? Or there. Got a double fort in here as well, so that could maybe go, but I suppose... It's protecting a lot of areas. Maybe we could... No, I do want to have someone protecting the... This is an urban province, right? Yeah. So having a fort there is actually a good idea. We can't increase this to level 3. Well... Oh, right. Yeah. We've got the max amount already. Do we have any more... So there was something about trades... Oh, right. Yeah, let's send in... Or transfer trade power from here again. That's going to go into the system, and we're going to be making even more money over there. Is there anything else that we could do with the merchants right now? So that one, we don't have anyone there. I don't know if there's a lot of places that we could send it to where we could actually utilize it, though. So I suppose we'll just go with what we have. Right, so with 80,000 men against Dangan, we should be able to take a decent bit of land if need be. Although, before we do that, we're going to wait until we get the admin tech. We're not that far off from getting it. Hey, nationalism and Casabella against Dahui. I mean, to be fair, you've got a strong ally, so I don't really want to fight you. Not yet, at least. Lost another general, unfortunately. So how is our professionalism, anyway? It's already 82%. And the last one, it's just... Oh, the general cost goes down. Okay, that's actually pretty handy. Especially for us who could use a lot of generals. We've got so many armies. Actually, I'm going to do some more conscription centers. So these are all high autonomy areas by the looks of it. Well, most of them anyway. This area is something that we could build up at least. I want to get the force limit, like, I know that once we lose the advisor that we have, that is giving us the extra 10%, then our force limit is dropping quite a bit. And we'll be, well, I suppose going a little bit over the force limit is not too bad, because we'll then get the mission done over here, and then we'll also have a lot of these other missions, actually, that we've already completed. Ah, there we go, we could get the admin tech. I'll take it already. That'll be fine, and then what we'll do is we'll take the offensive ideas, and we're going to take the land leader shock. The next one is going to be the recruitment time, which is also quite nice, and then land leader fire. I'm not going to be recruiting new generals until we've gotten through at least a decent chunk of these. Oh, there goes the army organizer. There we go. So build the force limits. For 25 years we get the morale. We get some base tax, base production, and manpower in Zurkanrek. That's good. That's going to be state maintenance and harsh treatment costs. 25 years. Assemble an army. Manpower recovery speed plus 10% and yearly army tradition. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. A unite home region. A decent bit from that as well. The allies situation is going to be a bit more problematic to do. But at least we've gotten 2 sets of these missions done, since we lost the proper mission tree for us. I'm going to take the discipline advisor, actually. It doesn't mean that we'll be getting all that high discipline yet. It's only the 117.5, but that is still going to be an advantage against some of our enemies that we might be facing. Right, but we've got the admin tech now, so we could do the war against Dangan, but we're actually going to do that in the next episode, because we seem to be out of time for this one. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until the next time, bye-bye.